UMAR Ahmed, IFLC, the MTK Global. Barry, that was some speech up there. Better than fast car.
Come on now, nothing to beat. Listen, I've got to tell you, I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a little treat for me. I mean, Eddie does one of these every day, and I get a call about once every 5 years. So I'm really pleased because it was the type of fight that I'm really keen on. The fact that Dylan's taking such a big chance when he doesn't need to excites me. Price and Dave Allen is just like one of those Cinderella stories that no one really knows what's going to happen, and it couldn't happen to two nicer guys. So it was an honour to be involved.
Yeah, as you said, Dylan White, Oscar Rivas, in the trade within boxing people, a brilliant fight. In terms of obviously the casual fan, they might not know Rivas, but yeah, it's an excellent fight.
Well, listen, the casual fan is there for the action and the occasion. They don't necessarily follow every punch around the world as we do if we're involved in the sport. Reputation is easy established for loudmouth people, but these fighters are there on merit. They've got strong records. They're Rivas is undefeated, motivated like hell because everyone wants to get into this gravy train of heavyweight boxing. It's just so much money flowing around, and to win, if you needed inspiration to win, well, change your life, because that's what he does for both of them. Dylan is the one that I respect the most because he's a man that could have taken the normal route of boxers, take an easy fight, and he's actually turned away from that. So whether you're a traditional purist fight fan or whether you're a casual fan, you've got to respect the fact that Dylan's putting it on the line when a lot of people, and certainly me when I was younger, if I managing or promoting Dylan White 20 years ago, I'd have told him not to be crazy. You don't need this, you just wait your turn. And Dylan said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to improve all the time as a fighter, and I want to be tested, and I think that deserves respect.
How many more times did he do this though? Because the situation in WBC is still unclear.
Yeah, I think the WBC need a kick, and I think we should be giving them a good kicking over it because I think they've disrespected Dylan, and I think it doesn't look right for WBC with their history. I mean, I've known them for 40 years, and this is not a good decision. I think they should be embarrassed by it, but Dylan's just going to put them in a position where they're going to be even more embarrassed by it. So this guy is not frightened of anybody. I mean, he will put himself on the line. I think that's what gets him out of bed, and that's what's making him a better fighter. So there is a plus in there. The plan is that you need to be a name in the heavyweight division, and then when those fights come, you justify significant purses because of what you've done in the past. So he's invested in himself, and from personal attitude, I'm always in favour of investing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself in anything or invest in yourself in anything, how can you expect everybody else to? So I think Dylan's got a plan.
Barry, what have you made of this whole situation with Jarrell Miller? Pleaded his innocence first, then failed 2 tests later, then come out and said he did it.
Can't even talk about the man. He's a junk. He's a cheat. I don't, people say, I swear on my children's life I've never taken anything. I lose respect for him immediately, and the subsequent transgressions are just unbelievable that he wants these type of advantages. It's a coward, it's a cheat, and it doesn't fit well in my life, and I'm glad to see the back of him, and quite frankly, I like boxing, but I like it as a clean, respectful sport. And the ability of each man determines the victor, not anything artificial. And I know AJ feels the same, and AJ's attitude has been brilliant. Get rid of him, get me someone else, don't care who he is. Joshua is the only fighter in the world. Dylan White may come into this category. He don't care who he fights, really. He don't care who he fights. I mean, they've got belief in themselves. They don't need anything artificial.
Is it even more disappointing, though, that the fact that Matchroom, DAZN, Sky pumped so much money into Miller, invested in him?
No, so it's life. You just wipe your mouth, go and get on with it. It's like, is it so bad to be knocked down? It's not so bad to be knocked down as long as you get up and win. Sometimes you learn more being knocked down. I get older, I get more cynical. I don't necessarily believe anybody anymore. I listen to all the bullshit in boxing and I smile because some of it I've come out with myself, and you just get on with the job, don't you? And then you get fight nights, and I know Eddie will announce, I hope tomorrow, the new opponent for Anthony Joshua. I think everyone should be very relaxed and very relieved, and I think we'll have a great night on June the 1st. But in the meantime, we've got a fantastic night to look forward to on July the 20th. You know, this is a factory of heavyweights. It goes on, and as long as they give the public value for money, the broadcasters will still carry on putting up the money. And at the end of the day, you can only justify doing something like professional boxing if it changes your life financially, because it's too dangerous to think about it the other way. And the so-called experts that sit in their armchairs, they should try a right hand sometimes. They might understand the difference between what they're criticising sometimes and what they're getting. So our job is to put on excellent fights and entertain the public, live on Sky, live on DAZN, give those people value for money. And when you've got fights, 50-50 fights like Allen and Price, domestically, that is a huge fight, because I'm so excited about that already.
Yeah.
And then you get someone like Dylan White says, I don't give a monkey. The guy is 26-0 or whatever, that he's Colombian, he's tough, he's got a great Olympic record. I want to keep busy, and I want to keep improving, and I want to show people how good I am. These two fights are a great advert for professional heavyweight boxing.
Barry, just the last one on Miller. There's reports coming out that he might not actually receive a ban at all.
Well, only because there's a technical reason.
Like the commission.
If he hasn't got a licence, there's nothing to take away. But please God, there's common sense in this world. Every other commissioner he applies to should instantly say we don't want to be any part of this, and there should be a substantial ban. Some people say a lifetime ban. I don't ever believe in lifetime bans. I think we should be, as God says, forgiving people, but after penalty. He should have a minimum 2-year ban, and if he's got the attitude to turn his life around, God bless to him, and I wish him well with that. At the moment, he's a disgrace to boxing.
Okay. Barry, did you watch Crawford Khan?
Yeah.
What did you think of this whole quick talk about Amir?
No, I mean, look, Amir didn't want to go on, and I got confused. I don't blame him. I mean, you know, it was. He took a very tough fight on, and it was only going to end one way. Low blow, where it landed, etc. I don't know. He had 5 minutes. He didn't take his 5 minutes. I think the corner said, "Do you want me to pull you out?" And he said, "Yes." As far as I could see. Now, if I'm wrong on that, I apologise, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Amir Khan lived to fight another day. He was brave enough to take the fight in the first place. I'm just biased. Please God, they have a bit of common sense. Give fight fans what they want to see. Let's do calm brook. Don't mess about any long, because both of you are going to get older than me before you have this fight, and the clock is ticking.
It's lost value though, hasn't it?
It's lost value, but it's still a big fight.
Cool.
So everything's relative.
All right, Barry, thank you for a bit of your time, and I'll catch up soon.
Always a pleasure.